Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host. I'm Vegas Jay. How the heck are you? And with me, as always, is Debbie.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on, Debs?
Oh, my husband's trying to talk to me. I'm like, what?
Your husband's passing you notes just as the show starts.
Yes. Welcome, everybody.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Thursday night. We got a great show tonight here, so let's kick it off with our first segment, shall we? Time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug, and I try and match it to my guest, and I did a pretty good job tonight. So let's say hello to our guest tonight, Velma Reed. Hello, Velma. How the heck are you?
Hi, guys. How are you? I'm great.
Hi, Velma.
All right, so the reason, before I get to the actual mug, the reason Velma's on is she just started selling on eBay again after like 20 years. And so we're going to talk about why the break, and we're going to see how she's doing and see if we can give her some tips and tricks to make her listings more robust. So Velma is in the Dallas area, and I just got this awesome tiki mug.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's from Texas Tiki Week.
Nice.
So let me have a little sip out of that.
You have the coolest mugs.
And because she's in Dallas, I'm drinking some Outlaw Distillery because it's the only rum I have with a cowboy hat on it.
I love that.
Perfect.
So what do you got tonight there, Deb?
Well, since Velma's name starts with a V, I have a mug from the Ventiki in Ventura, and I have some of that Plantation 5-year rum in there. So I thought that was cute.
And Velma, I saw you sipping out of a tiki mug. What you got going on there?
I just have a Cuba Libre tonight with some Valley High rum.
Nice.
That I got in San Diego. Yep.
Nice. Now I'll go back to this mug because everyone's talking about how cool this mug is. There's a lot going on here. So of course there is the cactus, but there's a snake cruising around here. There is the vulture, and if you look real close next to the year, there's a scorpion too. So a lot of awesome work on this.
That is cool.
This is made by Ecom Bookham, and Ecom Bookham is going to be making my Denizen Tiki mug very soon. We're talking about maybe by April, hopefully by May at the latest.
Nice.
So.
I don't even have one of those, and one of my friends puts on Dallas Tiki Week. What's the deal?
I just got it like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I need another Texas mug, and not knowing that you were going to be our guest, and then boom, here you are. I'm like, perfect. All right, Velma, sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and we'll see you in about 25 minutes. All right, let's get right to it, shall we, Debs?
Yes.
Time for our scores of the week. These are bolos, things you should be on the lookout for. The cool stuff that Debbie and I sold this week.
Yes, more books. This is a consignment for somebody that I know. So a $89.99. What is so funny about this? Remember last week I sold Calvin and Hobbes. I had moved them to a bookcase. So by touching them, they sold within a few hours. Well, this set of books was next to the Calvin and Hobbes. So they got some of that magic too. And then they sold pretty soon right after those Calvin and Hobbes. So always touch your items and speak to them. And those sold for full price, $89.99. This t-shirt we figured out today, it's been listed since December of 2017. So
wow.
I know. And it sold for full price, $24.99. Free plus, we paid for shipping, and we paid $3.99 for it. So I thought I love this shirt.
What is Ryman Auditorium? What is it?
I don't know. It's in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's got a guitar on it. So I guess I'll have to look that up. I don't really know, but I thought it was cool. And here's another consignment set of books. These sold in about a half an hour. And I told Bill, did we undersell these? Did we underprice them? But we didn't. We checked really quick, and it was too late anyway. But they sold for $70 really fast. Nice set of books.
Very nice.
And we charge shipping pretty much on our books now. This little nice little $69 sale. About 3 years ago, I got this one with several others that were kind of the same. They're a textbook, but look at the date, 2011, 2012 school year. And we just sold, this is the last one. So I made quite a bit of money off of about 5 of these books that I probably paid $1 each for at a thrift store. So I was happy to see that one sell too.
All right, so we've been told by the chat, because our chat is awesome, that it was the old home of the Grand Ole Opry.
Whoa, we didn't know that. We could have put that in as a keyword.
Yeah, see how important research is?
You're right. Good to know. Smart chat.
Now, someone's asking if my mom is on here tonight, but the funny thing is, where they asked, my mom was the reply right above them. So, yep, mom's on the chat tonight.
Hi, Penny.
Excuse me. All right, so here is an old school Tasmanian devil shirt from the old Warner Brothers store, and I'll show you the tag. And all the old Warner Brothers store stuff does quite well. You know, those stores closed a long time ago. And if you find stuff in good condition and not just clothing, you know, the figurines, the toys, all that stuff, just call me a party animal. Sold for almost $40, and it went to Australia.
Nice. Nice.
Just sold this Doors LP today for also almost $40, $36.43. It too went. This one went to England. But I wanted to showcase this tonight because after when records first started, they were in mono. After mono came stereo, and then after stereo came quad sound or quadradisc or quadraphonic, depending on which company you were working for. And this was basically the beginning of surround sound. So if you see the best of the Doors on a regular stereo record, that'll be fine. But the quad will always get you more money, as evidenced by this, sold for $36.43. So keep your eyes open for the word quad. Like I said, it'll either be quadraphonic or quadradisc, depending on the company.
Now, are you seeing us, GBP Australian price? That's what I'm seeing on the screen. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, because I had it listed directly on England or UK eBay.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And then I shared this in the Thrifted board this week. It is almost March, and I'm still selling Christmas stuff. Now, this was listed before Christmas, and it never sold, obviously, until this week. The Roots is a rap band. They're also the band on The Tonight Show. And this was their version of an ugly Christmas sweatshirt. And came in a couple different colors. I picked it up at Buffalo Exchange and sold it for $40 plus shipping.
Very cool. Well, remember, people are filming, planning things throughout the year for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Doing things early. We think Christmas week doesn't start till December, but people are months ahead preparing.
Way ahead. And then Stacy found this skirt, and now this time you're seeing it in Australian dollars, Deb, because
okay.
On Australia eBay. And this is a bijou skirt. Stacy found it when we were out. I forget where we were hunting. But she found it, and it sold for $37 and going to Australia.
Nice. Stacy has the Midas touch for thrifting.
She does.
Now.
You'll see her again in a short second here. All right, now it's time for the CD scores of the week. I probably should change that to the scores. Each week, I profile the cool CDs I sold, and then I also talk about my CD webinar. Okay. Still back to Christmas, Christmas CD that I had listed before Christmas for $25 this week. So if you are thinking that Christmas stuff doesn't sell all year round, you should be changing your mind after seeing that sweatshirt and this Christmas CD. And so that's over $25. I paid like $2 or $3. And the other one I wanted to profile for one specific reason. I call Debbie Goober. And so this is the complete work of Goober and the Peach.
I wish I could have heard that before. I'll have to look them up on YouTube.
And I paid $1 for this at a thrift store, $1.99, and sold it for $33. So nice. I am the king of selling Christmas CDs. Well, I am the king of selling Christmas CDs. So I'm the king of selling all kinds of CDs.
Yes, you
are.
I
taught a course called flippingcds.com. You can download the course right now. Head over there after the show is over. It is 2.5-hour webinar packed full of all the stuff that you would need to know to get started in flipping CDs. Look, I know it's 2019. People can stream, they can download, they can rip, they can steal pretty much any music, but people still want to hold the product, and they still want to they want the collectible out of print ones, and that's what I teach quite a bit. But each week I give away one. So if you have not watched it and you're not in the secret beach, then you can participate. Please do not participate if you're in the secret beach or if you watched it, because there's no point of you winning something you've already seen or you can see. So is everybody ready? For those of you who have not watched the webinar yet,
drum roll.
I had a stroke of genius, I think, for a fun question.
And he always tests them on me because he knows I don't know much, and I almost figured it out, kind of in a roundabout way.
Almost got it. All right. Because Romney Malek won an Oscar this past week, I want you to tell me the 3 main lead singers of the band Queen. And I don't mean when Roger Taylor, the drummer, sings the one song, I'm in Love with My Car. The 3 people who have been the lead singer for the band Queen over the years. Who are they? The first one to give me the correct answer will win a free download of my CD webinar.
Good luck.
If you watch the Oscars, Queen opened the show. I'm guessing the first singer and the current singer are the easiest 2.
Yep.
You can't just tell me one.
And I wanted to add too that there's a lot of baby boomers who don't know how to use YouTube and Spotify and all that kind of stuff. So they like to have the CD, you know, your great grandparents who are still alive, your grandparents.
Yes, I want all 3. So those of you who are instead of Googling, those of you who are wasting time saying, I only know 2, you want all 3. Google will answer that question rather quickly.
Yes.
Nope. Charlene, I did not say, tell me the 3 members of the band. I said, tell me the 3 lead singers of the band.
And that doesn't mean they all 3 were leading at the same time.
No, none of them were leading at the same time. Nope. The 3 lead singers. I'm seeing a lot of people put the guitar player in there. That is not a lead singer. I don't even think he sings the lead song. Oh, and you don't got to apologize, Charlene. Just go Google.
Yeah.
Come on. Who is okay? I'm a little shocked that no one knows the 3 lead singers, but B, come on. Y'all got Google. It's an easy thing to find out.
I never knew there was a 3rd.
See, now Susan got it. She first said, I only know 2, but she got her Google skills on twice. Okay,
Nice.
so the first lead singer was Freddie Mercury, of course. The current lead singer as Adam Lambert. And in the middle was Paul Rogers. Most of you know him as the lead singer of the band Bad Company.
My favorite band. Nice. Congratulations.
So send me a message on Facebook and I will get you the download. For the rest of you, oh, there they are, by the way. I forgot I had a little graphic ready to go too.
Oh, nice.
Freddie, Paul, and Adam.
Nice. So did Paul leave Bad Company to go sing for Queen?
No, I think he was already done with Bad Company. And then he toured with Queen for a couple of years. They actually put out a live album. And I don't know why it didn't work out. And then Adam became the lead singer.
Oh, okay. Because I really like him in Bad Company.
So for those of you who haven't downloaded yet and you didn't win tonight, head over to flippingcds.com. I will teach you how to conquer a record store, how to conquer a thrift store, find all the good money that is to be had in the thrift stores, in the record stores. And CDs are great because they're super easy to sell and ship.
And they're everywhere. Every garage sale, every thrift store, every estate sale, they have CDs.
Yep. So flippingcds.com. Check it out when we're done. All right. Not everything can be a winner. Sometimes we have duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
This has been sitting on my profit pile for a while. So I think when I bought it, it was probably worth selling and I just didn't get around to it. And now it's selling new for $4. So I thought, nope, it's out of here.
Woo,
I should probably keep it and increase my memory, but it's gone.
Now put that in a garage sale next time you have it. $4 whole.
Yeah. Not worth it.
All right, so I bought these Coogee jeans to wear myself at one point. I thought they were cool because they had skull and crossbones, cross swords on the back. And Coogee sweaters do quite well, but Coogee jeans don't do too well. I finally, after a long time, got an offer of $13.99 plus shipping, and I was happy to take it. So away it went. So I'm going to steer clear of Coogee jeans.
Good.
And look, not all CDs can be winners. When my wife saw this sell, she goes, "Why'd you buy that one?" And I'm like, well, it used to be worth more, and then the bottom dropped out. So even this, and this was brand new, and I only got $6.50 for it. So I didn't pay $1, so I still cleared maybe $2. But you know, it's really a waste of time if you're selling products that only clear you $2. So, but it's better than losing money. So
that's right.
No complaints there. Now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not selling internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion potential customers. I got to tell you, there's a guy who keeps picking at me about this. I say 7.3 billion because that's how many people are in the world outside the United States. And I do say potential because I know not everyone has the internet. And I am saying not counting the United States, because he's like, there's 7.6 billion. I know, but we're not talking about the 300 million that live here. We're talking about the 7.3 billion that live somewhere else. Now, you've already seen me sell something to Australia and the UK this week. I was selling a lot of international. And now, Telto, Germany, which is right outside Berlin, they needed 5 black and white glossy photos from Hot Shots Part 2, the Charlie Sheen movie.
Nice. Very cool. There's a new one coming out, isn't there?
Is there?
What movie is this?
Hot Shots?
Oh, no. Sorry. I was thinking of that other one. The other flying movie.
You were thinking of Top Gun?
Top Gun.
A little bit different. Charlie Sheen, Tom Cruise.
Well, they're filming that in San Diego and Tahoe, Lake Tahoe. Okay. So.
Yeah, so I bought a box of movie promo stuff from a garage sale for like $10. And there was so much in there. These were like 10 cents per grouping. So I have like all these pictures from different movies. So these, back in the day, they would send out promo pictures of these movies to promote the movies. Nowadays, it's all digital, of course. But, you know, I only sold for $15, but they paid for shipping and I've had 10 cents invested. So I kind of sound like my mother right now.
Yes, you do. Nice. And I can't seem to sell anything international.
I know.
I don't know what's the only thing I can think of is we need to go through our account is when I was doing the listing, I think I do not have returns checked on for international. So maybe that's turning people off. I don't know what's going on because I'm set up. I don't even hardly have GSP, only on my most expensive items. So somehow I'm getting overlooked, but I want some of those 7.2 billion people to buy from me.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, we haven't done this segment in quite a while. Close encounters of the thrifty kind. Little fun encounters or weird things that happen while we're out thrifting. I sprung this on Debbie at the last second. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm going to do a close encounters and shouldn't have anything. But I wanted to share because it was so... You're all going to get chills. It's so one of them weird ones. All right. So we, Stacy and I were in Chicago for like one night, Sunday into Monday. And we hit 3 record stores. And these 3 record stores also have pretty good cassette sections. We were at these 3 record stores a couple months ago and we were back. And so the first thing I want to share with you is, let's see who knows why this is funny. I'm guessing you won't, Deb. But this Benjamin Orr cassette was in the metal section. Do you know who Benjamin Orr was, Debbie?
Never heard of him.
Well, you have. You just don't know his name. He was the bass player in the band The Cars.
Oh, I love The Cars.
And Rick Ocasek, the lead singer, sang every song except one. Benjamin Orr sang the song that the year it came out. It was everyone's prom song. It was a song called Drive. Who's gonna drive you home?
Oh, I love that song.
No. So what I thought was funny was this was in the metal section. Yeah, Benjamin Orr is not metal.
Well, some of us, you know, we don't know.
but Stacy then went to the cassette section, another store, and she was scanning cassettes. And so she brings her phone over to show me because a lot of times she'll scan. She can read the scans pretty well, but she'll scan something that she's like, I'm not sure if this is good or bad. So I look at it, and it's a cassette, and I go, well, how much is the cassette here? And she goes, $4. And I see that, like, the cheapest, like new, is 15. I'm like, not enough. And the rank was super high, Deb. And she goes, look again. So I look again, and I'm like, okay, the rank's like, you know, a couple 100,000. The cheapest very good's 15, $4 here. And I could not figure out what I'm missing. And she goes, look again. And so I looked again, and the cheapest like new was by the seller Tiki Pug Music.
Oh my gosh.
So
I know him.
Funny that she scanned a cassette that it was one of the ones I was selling. And so here's all the cassettes I have for sale on Amazon right now, a pretty good amount. So that was Monday. On Tuesday, I sold the cassette.
Yeah!
Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh.
It's been listed for probably 4 months.
That's crazy.
Is that nuts or what?
See, it's the magic. We talk about it, we touch them, and they sell.
Stacey goes, and so I said, don't buy it because I've already got one for sale. 24 or 30 hours later, I sell it.
That's too funny.
It could be any one of these 100, but it was the one that she brought up to me.
And you're all the way across the country. That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
I do have a tiny little thrifty encounter. We were trying to remember, we were in the Bay Area at a thrift store, and I'm in the men's section, and this guy's shopping. I'm not thinking anything of it. And pretty soon the store manager comes and kicks him out of the store and tells him, get out now. I think maybe he was shoplifting or whatever. So the guy goes out and he starts screaming, my Uncle Bob owns this thrift store. And I told Bill, hurry, get in the car. Let's get out of here.
And yeah, someone said it's voodoo. Yes, it is absolutely voodoo. And Debbie Porter wants me to think about her listings.
Oh, even Ann Crickman, our BFF, said one day, we thought about one of hers. We were playing a game and it sold. So it really works. We can't explain it, but try it.
All right, now it's time for our thrifty tip of the week. Little tips and tricks to help you when you're outsourcing.
Okay. I used to sell on FBA. I've kind of taken a breather from that for a while. So I have sold CDs in the past, but then the restriction came out. So I called back some CDs that I had in FBA because I couldn't prove where I bought them from, and I didn't want to lose my account. I just realized about 3 months ago that when I scan, so you can see this, I think that's a Queen CD.
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Oh, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Sorry, I couldn't see what it is. Well, when I scanned, I would just look at the first screen, the first one there with the red arrow, and I would see that, and I would think, because I was going to sell them on eBay. Well, one day I clicked over where that red arrow is. It comes to the next screen, restricted. Okay, I expected that. But then here's a Boss Skaggs that says I can sell that in new condition or used condition. So how many CDs have I passed up not realizing Amazon will let me sell some? So when you're scanning with that Amazon mobile app, click over to the next page and see if maybe you can sell them. And we did sell a Christmas CD at Christmas time. We merchant fulfilled it. So I'm getting excited now that I can sell some CDs. And I didn't ask to be ungated. It's just there. And I don't know if it's because I used to sell them or what's going on, but do yourself a favor and double check that maybe you can sell those on Amazon.
I love it. All right, so back to Stacey and her sourcing skills. I hadn't really talked about this before, but majority of bigger record stores will have a budget section, and some of them are $1, and some of them are $2, and some of them are $3. And so there's not a lot of risk in $1 or $2. So you should definitely dig through the budget section. She does quite well at one in LA that's $1. And so in Chicago, she was digging through the $2 section, and I looked in the section, and then we were ready to go. And where I looked, I missed this. This is the Donkey Kong 64 soundtrack. We paid $1.99. Sells for $100 on Amazon and around $50 on eBay. So if you are not looking in the budget sections, you're also missing out on some other cool stuff.
So you missed it, and she found it.
Literally, she picked it up and went, "Oh shit! I was just looking in that area. I totally spaced by it. I don't even know how it happened, Deb."
She's good though. I've stood next to her while she was going through cassettes and CDs, and she zeros. She focuses.
She's got mad skills now. All right, it's time for you guys to be shipping me little tips and tricks, what to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping.
Okay, I'm real cautious about not using colored tissue paper because items can get wet. And I learned this from Griff. We attend the eBay meetup in San Jose at eBay headquarters, and Griff, everybody knows Griff from eBay Radio. And so he shared this tip. Put the item in the plastic bag first, then put the tissue paper on the outside so that it won't, the coloring won't rub off. If it happened to get wet, I usually put it on the inside, but I kind of like this idea of wrapping it on the outside of the tissue, outside of the Ziploc bag, because if water were to get in there, we've got so much snow and rain everywhere right now, the color can't come off onto your item. If you ship something, a white blouse, and had purple tissue paper, you might get some purple rub off on your item. An unhappy buyer. I
love it. That's a great tip. All right. So, if you've never seen, I have a method called FOMO by which I ship tiki mugs in padded flat rate envelopes because they can go anywhere in the country, including Alaska, Hawaii, Guam, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, and the U.S. Virgin Islands for $7.33. So I got a tiki mug FOMO'd from one of the members of the thrifting board, and I said, can I be ballsy enough to open this on the show as my shipping segment? And he said, okie dokie.
Let's do it.
So let's see if the tiki mug made it to me in one piece, shall we?
Yes. Open it.
All right. So the key is you essentially build a custom box that fits inside the envelope. Now, if he would ship this by weight, where does Joe live? He lives in Arizona, so it wouldn't be too bad. But if Joe lived in Florida, this would be like $12 to get to me instead of $7.33. We FOMO'd one today, Deb, that if we would have went by weight was $10.50, but it was $7.33, so we saved $3 today.
Oh yeah, we FOMO every mug that we can, and lots of other things too. Flatware, all kinds of things.
All right, so there's going to be cardboard on the outside.
Nice. And that's a good box size from eBay. I love that little box size for mugs. And you can get them free with your store subscription.
And then bubble on the inside.
Nice. I remember when you did this with Chris Green, you guys were sending things back and forth to each other every week. Nothing ever came broken.
And there you go. There is one ceramic tiki mug shipped in an envelope with no breakage.
Is there peanuts inside?
Yeah. So Joe did a wonderful job, but Joe putting these peanuts inside doesn't do anything. It doesn't protect anything. So there's a little bonus shipping tip. Putting the peanuts inside, it doesn't do anything. It will not stop this from breaking if it was to break. So don't waste your peanuts.
So does that have a handle?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. It's a lion from Sam's in Okinawa.
Nice.
So there we go.
Good job.
So there you go. Live on the air. I had no clue if it made it in one piece or not until I opened it, but I'm ballsy like that. And if you ever follow my method, you too can get mugs shipped anywhere cheaply.
Have you ever had one break? We haven't yet. Knock on wood.
Yeah, Joe said it was only $7.75 by weight because Joe lives in Yuma. But had Joe lived in Florida, it would have been $12, give or take.
Yeah, a lot of people think we're crazy for doing that, but we haven't had any break yet.
Someone said he was hungry and ate the peanuts. So well done, Joe. And thank you. Thank you. It's a mug I did not have. That's why I bought it.
So that's a tiki mug?
Yeah, there's a whole section of Asian mugs that are what I call tiki adjacent. They all are in our collections. They're not traditionally a tiki. Obviously, this isn't a tiki. It's a lion. But I have a whole Asian collection, and I like that one from Sam's. I never had one. I've never found one. So
nice.
All right. And last but not least. Time for our eBay tip of the week. Little tips and tricks to help you on eBay.
All righty. This is coming up in the thrifting board group lately. Somebody got a phishing email. If you don't know what a phishing email is, they're fake scams trying to get your password, access to your accounts. So I just kind of faked a little letter there. They make them look really good. So you're almost tempted. There's always a link. Click here and we'll take care of you. Well, that's what you don't ever want to do. A lot of times the grammar's bad, the spelling's bad. There's usually a clue in there somewhere. Also, if you hover over the URL where that came from, there's something goofy. It might say eBay, but then there'll be something weird in it. Always check your eBay messages. Don't ever open and click on any of these links. And if you Google recognizing spoof or phishing emails for eBay, it will take you right to a page that explains it. And I will put a link in the show notes because they have a whole section here to explain what a phishing email is, how to recognize one, and then you want to send it to eBay at spoof@ebay.com. They like it to be forwarded a certain way because they keep track of these and they try to go after and stop this. It can also happen with PayPal. It can happen with Amazon. So always be very, very careful to never click in an email that you get from somebody if you're not 1,000% positive where it came from.
And look, if you do click and it happens to you, it's happened to the best of us. It happened to me once. It wasn't I can't remember. It's been a while. I can't remember what the email was, but it wasn't one where they like took over my thing to take money from me. well, they did in a way. They took over my account and added 1,000 listings to my eBay store.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had followed a link that I shouldn't have. I was outside. I had 3 pugs at the time. The one loved to eat poops. He had to pick it up as soon as someone pooped. And so I literally wasn't paying attention, but I was on my phone. I got an email, what I thought was from eBay, clicked the link. And then later on, people are asking me about the brand of tuba I was selling and the kind of bike I was selling. I'm like, I don't got bikes and tubas for sale. So if it does happen to you, don't be embarrassed. It happened to all of us at some point.
Yeah.
But just as soon as you realize it, get your account changed, call eBay. You know, don't wait around.
Yeah, change your password right away.
Yep.
And also ask in the group, because people are everybody's real quick to helping with that.
All right, so my eBay tip is, hey, the spring seller update came out, and everyone thinks the sky is falling like they do every single spring. It isn't. And so my tip tonight is watch for video. I'm going to do a little like hangout probably the first of next week where I'll talk about all the changes, and I will pre-announce it. So if you want to come in the chat and chat about it, that's cool. But I got to tell you, the one thing that's amazing, so people are like, the sky is falling, the end of times is here, that's it, I'm done. No one is trumpeting the kick-ass part of this, and that is we get free Terapeak now. Yay!
I'm telling people that this is awesome.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. But if you have an eBay store, you now get free Terapeak. And if you've never used Terapeak, it is amazing amount of data to help you when you're listing to know your prices and stuff. So stay tuned for the beginning of next week. I'll have a video where I'll do it live. So if you guys want to chat, ask questions, I'll go through all this stuff this weekend and make sure I totally understand all the new changes, and then we'll chat about it. All right.
Now it starts at the basic store and up. You know, there's a smaller store. That smaller store under basic doesn't qualify, but this is a phenomenal deal, and it's a good reason to start to get a basic store if you don't have one.
And I'll show you Terapeak. I've had it forever, and I'll for those of you who've never used it, in this video, not only will I talk about all the changes, I'll show you how Terapeak would be beneficial to you.
Yeah, I never when these things come out, the updates, I never freak out. I just wait and learn and just stay cool. Okay. We sell on Bonanza. You know, our eBay is automatically synced over to Bonanza. Well, our sales have just kind of like dried up. And then today we noticed that like 85–90% of the items we sold on eBay are still available on Bonanza. They should be coming off automatically. So I reached out to the thrifting board, and Barb responded really quickly, and I included her response here so you can pause the replay and then work through all this. Well, what I discovered, see this warning message down there? It says my eBay account wasn't even linked anymore. I think that key expired. So I followed the steps. I went in, I clicked on that, and it took me to eBay, and I agreed. So it revitalized, resynced my eBay account with Bonanza. So hopefully now when I sell something, they usually come off within a couple hours. So I think that's what happened, was I kind of abandoned or neglected this part of it. So follow these steps, work on your Bonanza account, and hopefully that'll boost your sales. Because 2 years ago, we sold like $1,800 on Bonanza. And this last year, we hardly sold anything. So keep up on that.
Absolutely. You don't want to be caught with your pants down, so to speak. All right, 2 things coming up. Those of you in the Secret Beach, we have our number 2 cruise coming up. We will be chatting about that in more detail next week. Stephanie has helped me with the cruise, as is my mom. And Stephanie is busy right now becoming, grandma?
Yes, for the first time.
Yeah. So so my main helper, who's been the bridge, is a little busy. So we'll talk about next week. So those of you who haven't signed up just yet, we'll get all that going. We're going to have a fun time on the open seas. And the plan ahead also, Ecom Chicago has been announced officially October 16th through the 18th. It's going to be another great event. And I got a good idea for a fun presentation. And we'll probably do a class and or a tiki bar hangout like we've done in the past. Yes. So if you're in the Midwest, or if you want to come to the Midwest, Ecom Chicago is the best small event. Now, I don't know this for a fact, Deb, but they did a coaches corner last year where the day before all us coaches took segments of time to offer some free coaching. I sillily only took 5 hours, where Chris Green and Brianna Moeller took like 8 or 9, and they didn't even save themselves a lunch break. So I'm like, I got to up my game. So I'm going to go the full 8 hours this year if they're doing it again. So it's you get an amazing amount of help and coaching and people to talk to for the fee of Ecom Chicago. So stay tuned for more details for that.
Now, how long was each section? Was it a session?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. That's great. The people that you get to spend time with.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it was a lot of fun. Not that I didn't think it was going to be fun, but it was even funner than I expected.
Yeah.
Like, it was so great to sit down with people. And it's kind of what we're about to do tonight with Velma. I mainly talked about their stores and where their stores and gave them tips and tricks to make their store even better.
Good.
So speaking of, hey, let's get Velma in here. How are you?
Hey, Velma.
I'm good. Hi guys. So happy to be here.
How's your cocktail doing? Is it still going?
I actually refreshed it while you were
Nice.
when I was off screen. Whee!
All right. So, the question that blew my mind when we decided to have you on, I was under the impression that you were just a brand new seller. And then when I was looking at the notes, you sold in the 90s back when it started. And then you took like a 20-year break. Now, that made me scratch my head, but I didn't want to even talk about it because I just wanted to find out live on the air. And tell everyone what you sold in the late 90s.
Oh, I was a big Beanie Baby seller. I had the hookup with my local Rainforest Cafe. The manager would call me in the morning and I would jot over there on my lunch hour. My boss was a Beanie Baby fanatic, so she would give me time to go, and I would, as long as I would bring her something that she needed for her collection, she was fine. So
how many Beanie Babies did you sell back then? Like, were you like selling like 20 or like 1,000?
Like probably more than 500, but less than 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
That was a lot back then. It was a lot back then. Yeah, we used to wait for the mail orders from the post office to come in. I'd have to take it to the post office. They have to verify that it was legit and that I could cash it, and then I would mail the package right then.
Nice.
All right, so that's 97, 98, 99, and then boom, you're done until 2019.
Yes.
So no time between like 99 and 2019 did you like, I gotta sell this thing on eBay?
Well, I never really thought about it because there wasn't a big craze that I was into, and even back then eBay was mostly collectible stuff. I moved from Arizona to Texas. I bought a house. I was working on my career, all those things, and I just wasn't collecting anything. I would still buy from eBay occasionally, but I just never thought of anything to sell on eBay, as it were.
That makes sense. Fun.
Yeah.
And eBay's been waiting for you to come back.
I guess it has. Yeah. The whole e-commerce thing really didn't, I think, on as far as people selling all kinds of stuff on eBay really didn't get going to like what, the mid 2000s. So
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So in those 20 years, what were you doing?
I bought a house, just had a job, the usual.
You have a fun job?
I'm a mortgage underwriter, so.
Oh, really? Ooh, party!
To me, it's fun, but most people don't. It's very analytical, and so I look at numbers and risk all day long. That's literally all I do. So, I probably take a different approach to my eBay store than most people do. So,
smart. Yeah.
So, looking at numbers all day long, I'm going to guess you're more focused on cost and profit than some people are.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the first thing I did was I started looking around and doing some research, and I felt that if I could turn a 30% sell-through rate, I could easily make a profit and make a good profit. And if I had 100 items listed, if I sell 30, that's one a day. That's 1%, one a day. So if I had 1,000 listings, you just scale it up, and it's easily scalable, so to speak, as long as you have the time and the inventory to do so.
Nice.
Yeah, we never talk about that, Deb. We never think about it from the number standpoint, but that is so great because I was on stage many years ago with Griff. I was on a sellers panel, and he asked me about my inventory system, and I didn't really have one back then. And so he dug into it on stage, and after all my answers, he just looked at me and said, "I am shocked you're successful." Because it was definitely more by the seat of my pants. I mean, I had the feel for it, but like I never sat down and analyzed it like you are definitely doing. I just like, okay, I can sell this for more than I buy it for. That's cool.
Yeah, I have a complete inventory system that I worked up before I even started getting inventory.
Smart.
I use, it's free. It's called Airtable. It's really cool. It's a spreadsheet similar to Excel, but it does a lot more, but on some things it does a lot less. But the great thing that I love about it is that you can easily group things and move data from one page to another, so I can easily see things. But the best part is you can insert photos into it, so I can actually see what the item is.
Smart.
So I take the photos, I put them up on eBay, and then I throw them right into my spreadsheet so I can see exactly what it is. And then if I want to cross post to Poshmark or Mercari, I can pull the photos from the spreadsheet and just throw it in there. So it really makes it easy.
Or if eBay happens to lose some of our photos for us, then you've got yours ready to go.
It's all there on that line, right?
Yeah.
So one of the questions I've seen in the chat is, what is Velma's store name? Well, we're going to see it in a second here because we're actually going to go through her store. So just hang tight.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you this, and Linda popped in here and asked the same question. So in the 20 years, what's the biggest change? Like what shocked you when you started selling again this past January?
Just the wide variety of things available. I've been an occasional, eBay buyer, just, oh, I need this, and I'll look on eBay and see if it's cheaper than Amazon. But when I really started looking at it and realized people do this, like people do this for their job, and just the sheer, wide availability of different products, or something for absolutely everyone on there.
Oh yeah, even movie prop stores, shops like the shop.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. That's crazy.
Now, are the photos easier to upload now than they were back then? And
yes, that's.
I haven't got an envelope full of cash and quarters in a while.
Exactly. Yeah. So it is much more convenient, and having that mobile app, being able to do most of it, through the app is just amazing. Just amazing.
And printing your postage labels are probably easier now too.
Yeah. I used to have to take everything to the post office and stand in line, or put 84 stamps on it. So no more.
And I wasn't pre-stamping my CDs because that's all I sold back in the early days. And one day the guy at the post counter says to me, "We can't keep doing this." And I said, "Can't keep doing what?" He goes, "You bring too many things to the counter." And I'm like, "It's your job. Like, what are my options?" And he goes, you could buy a meter. And it just wasn't cost effective to buy a meter myself back then.
Sure.
I'm not buying a meter. He goes, "Well, you could just stamp them yourself." I go, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah, just put this on for this and this for this, and then you can just drop the crate and go." And so I got that early on. I'm like, sweet, stamped and go, stamped and
nice.
go.
Yeah.
Waiting in line sucked. So I learned.
Oh, it was awful.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, so much easier now.
So are you listing solely on the app, or are you using computer too?
I'm doing a hybrid. I usually start my listing on my computer, and then I take my photos with my phone, and then I'll edit and then attach them, and then I'll usually finish it up on the computer, just because I noticed like the app will automatically have some weird defaults even if you change it. So I'm still kind of working out that system to figure out what works best, but that's working for me right now.
That's how we do ours too.
So one of my admins, one of my lifeguards from the thrifting board, Angela, said, Velma said spreadsheet and really cool in the same sentence. So that got her all giddy. And Linda loves your glasses. So
I admit I'm a total dork. And I will admit the nickname is because of Velma from Scooby-Doo. The red hair, and my friends always, the glasses, and my friends always said that I would be the first one to figure out it was Old Man Witherspoon in a mask. So
I see the resemblance now. Yeah.
It just fits. Yeah.
It's cute.
All right, so let's talk about your store, since everyone wants to know, and we're going to take a look at it. Then we'll see some of your stores, some of your duds.
Well, I wanted to reiterate, we have Velma on not because her store is a mess, but we just because it's very nice. Her pictures are great, but we're all learning. Even other people watching the show are going to learn from what we talk about.
Definitely.
So it is Hepcat Trading. So you guys can all go check out Velma's store. And one thing I really like is you've got your category set up. It looks like you just stole them right from me.
I didn't think to do that.
I looked at everybody's store on the board that I could find. I freely admit I copied.
Smart.
One thing, one thing I will recommend is to get like a nice header logo across the top there, and make your little square one bigger because it's a little too tiny.
Yeah, I do have a friend that does graphic design. I have no ability for that whatsoever. So she's working on some stuff for me. So we'll get that done here in the next week or two.
Nice.
All right. So a couple things that I noticed that I wanted to talk to you about. Let me find it again. All right. So for instance, on this jersey here. Now, let me back up for a quick screen here. I quite like how you're doing the little corner there to show the pattern up closer because it is all about over 50% of all sales happen on mobile. So when you take the first picture of, let's say, a Hawaiian shirt, you don't need the full shirt because if you're buying a Hawaiian shirt, you know what a Hawaiian shirt looks like. But a nice close-up of the pattern really catches the eye a lot better on mobile. Now, sometimes it doesn't work as well, and you should use the whole picture. Case in point is this hockey jersey. I think you really miss out by not having the full thing because of it's got the cool stripes. And do you know what Ben Trill is?
I know it's a collaborative effort from an artist collective and some rappers, but that's really all that I know. I know really nothing about streetwear. I know Supreme and that's it.
Okay. So to me, and I have not done any research, so this is just me coming off it straight. It seems like it's one word.
It's actually hashtag Ben Trill, but I noticed that a lot of the other sellers that sold used it as 2 words. So that's why I went with that.
Okay. So some people might think it's one word. And if you look at your title, you have a lot of space left still. So what I would do in this instance is put it in both as 2 words and 1 word.
Ah, okay.
So put it in at the end. And do you know what the skull and crossbones is called?
Skull and crossbones.
Do you know what it's called, Debbie?
No, I always just think poison.
Oh, come on, you shower in the pirate guest room all the time. So skull and crossbones is called the Jolly Roger.
Yes, for the flag. Yes.
Yes. So I would absolutely have Jolly Roger in your title also.
Oh, good call.
And you don't have the size in your title. So you have a very, very short title. And we have 80 characters in our title, so we should definitely use them. So you should have medium in the title. You should have Ben Trill as 1 word. And you should have skull and crossbones. Jolly Roger.
Okay, cool.
And you also could do skull too. And being it's number 13, some people think it's unlucky. Some people love number 13. I would absolutely put the number 13 in your title also.
Yeah. And she can maybe take the word T out if she needed space and just leave shirt because she's got jersey in there.
Yeah. All right, let's look at your item specific. So what category are we in here? Men's clothing, shirts. Okay, so you have it in casual button-down shirts. I don't see any buttons on this shirt.
Oh, that was a mistake. I probably copied from one of my Aloha
shirts. You probably
shirts.
did, and I've done that before too. Regular, long sleeve, medium.
Nice. She's got number 13 in there in her featured graphics.
Yeah. So because you got 13 in your item specifics, it will still search, but I would definitely fill out your title. There's rarely a time when you shouldn't have your full title filled of words that are important to the item. Don't just throw in extra words, but you had a lot more you could definitely stick in there. Good job on the measurements. And you even got the little picture to show how you do the measurements. I love it.
Nice. Yes.
The other thing I wanted to point out, crap, where was it? Oh, so I would definitely have a different picture as your lead picture on this cassette. And case in point, you don't even have a picture of the front of the cassette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, and what I would do too, because every single person will do the cassette like this, I kick mine on an angle, and then it fills the square a little bit better. And when people are scrolling, like say someone's looking for the Grease cassette, if every single Grease cassette is pictured this way and mine's this way, mine will definitely stick out in someone's eyes when they're scrolling.
Good point. Good point.
All right.
Nice.
Oops. There we go. Let's get back to the eBay. The eBay. I think Cheryl said something about duplicate shirts, but I think you have 2 different shirts here in different sizes. So it is the Nissan.
Yeah, 2XL.
I couldn't figure out how to do the variations, so I was like, I'll just do 2 separate ones. It'll be easier.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we could do, Mom and I could do a variation one on our show. That'd be a good idea. But I would definitely throw in, even though there's nothing really Hawaiian about it, this is truly considered a Hawaiian shirt. I would definitely throw that in there because you don't need things like cotton and short sleeve in your title, because the nature of typical Hawaiian shirts is they're cotton, they're short sleeve. You will have all of that down here in your item specifics.
I bought those shirts because of you, Jason.
Good.
I kept hearing you saying ugly sells.
Yeah, they're cool shirts. But what I would do also is, and I don't know my Nissans. I've never owned a Nissan, but I do see the different Nissans here. So what I would probably do is, again, you don't need men in the SZ for size. You're already in the men's clothing category, so you don't need the word men's. You don't need SZ. You do want to have the 2XL, so get rid of men's SZ, cotton short sleeve, and probably courtesy parts. Doesn't even need to be in the title because no one's searching for that. So what you'd want to put is a Hawaiian shirt. I do like camp shirt because that's technically what it is. But I would put the different models of Nissan in your title.
Oh, good.
So if you don't know them, having 54,000 people in the thrifting board, you just pop that shirt in there and say, please help. What are these Nissan brands? And within, I guarantee it, 5 minutes, someone's gonna be like, all right, the black one's this, the yellow one's that, the red one's this.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
You have way better keywords in your title that people will be looking for.
Gotcha. I know it's a Z car, but that's really all I know.
Yeah, but I think there's different versions of it over the years.
Yeah.
It's a cool shirt.
Excuse me.
They're really cool. And yeah, I can't call them new because they don't have tags, but they were brand new at the thrift store, and I got those for $2.99 each.
Nice. Oh yeah, I love them. Yeah, someone who's going to be taking their Nissan to a car show this summer will absolutely love wearing that.
And
Definitely.
those are eBay colors.
Yeah, they are. Deb, you're right. Okay, so here's a great example of how to get more keywords. Okay, so great picture of the CD, but you see how much space is around it? Just come in a little bit closer because it'll be that much bigger and better on the mobile when people are shopping. So we have a lot of space around here. So get in a little bit closer. And the heights, the big song was
I want to talk to an angel. Yeah.
So what I would do is the Heights TV soundtrack. You don't even have CD in the title. So do the Heights TV soundtrack CD. How do you talk to an angel? Because some people might not remember it came from that TV show, but they're like, oh my God, I love that song. How do you talk to an angel? So that'll be better use of your keywords in your title.
Good call.
I like that you benefit a charity too.
Yeah. So what charity are you giving money to?
I believe for a couple of those, I picked Surfrider.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, there it is. Duh. If I would just scroll down.
Oh,
and
nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
And then I wasn't the guy who sang it. Wasn't he somewhat famous too? The guy who sang "How Do You Talk to an Angel"?
His name was Jamie Walters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So see if you can fit all that in your title too, because some people might remember Jamie Walters, but might not remember the Heights.
Yeah, he sounds just like Bryan Adams, and he got a record deal after the show went off the air, but he's now an EMT in Los Angeles. I did my research on that one.
Now, when you did your photo, if you squared it and got up closer, then you might not get all that white margin around.
Yeah,
and then
I'll definitely redo that.
Someone pointed out you're selling it for $5.99 and you have free shipping on there.
So once you spend $3.09 plus your envelope, it's really you're just treading water.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that actually just came out of my CD case.
Okay. But I think if you put better keywords and kick it up a couple bucks, you can still leave free shipping out. I would just kick it up a couple bucks.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't look like there was a big demand for it. So I just wanted to get rid of it. And I thought, well, if it'll be an easy sell to, help boost up my feedback, that would be awesome.
And I'm glad you said that because you only have 90. And so that's what I recommend. If you are new or you get in some trouble with some bad, maybe you cancel a few orders and you need to start building up sales and feedback, selling cheap CDs where maybe if you just break even is a good way because they're quick to list, they're quick to ship, they're everywhere as we have talked about. So CDs are a good thing to do. So I don't hate you for that, but better keywords, you might even get a quicker sale because it's amazing what people remember and what they don't remember.
Yeah. I've sold 2 CDs so far, and I was actually kind of surprised at what sold. So
Nice.
Like on Tripping Daisy here, the big song is.
I don't even remember from my CD case, and I don't even remember.
Shoot, I forget which of their big song. But again, take the big song and put it in the title.
Okay, cool. We'll do.
You music nerds, you know all this stuff. Cool. Your pictures are nice.
Yeah, your pictures are real good. You're using your item specifics really well. So I like that. You got 30-day returns, so I like that.
And then you were going to talk to her about her only ships to Europe, Australia, and the Americas?
Right, yes. We got to get you shipping worldwide.
Well, I know that used clothing can't go into Mexico. I know Brazil there's some weird things with. So
right, you want a little tip? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about all that crap. I have never worried about it. I've never had a problem.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
All righty.
Because like here on this shag shirt, which you want a lot of money for, which you should get a lot of money for, you're excluding Asia, Central America, the Caribbean, Southeast Asia, South America, Russia. Those are all places that buy a lot of stuff.
Japan.
I will say that was one of the first ones that I listed, and I was only doing it to certain places. But as I started reading more, my listings that were done later, like all of this week, go everywhere except Mexico and Brazil. But I will revise those.
And this is a shirt that can easily go first class, and you have $17 priority shipping on it. Now, if you want to send a priority, that's cool. You want the insurance and the speed, cool. But again, it'll fit in a flat rate envelope for $7.
Yeah. I based that just because the other 2 solds on that sold for $289 or $299, and he asked for and got $20 shipping for insurance, so signature confirmation. And I'm selling it as a collectible, not as apparel.
Right, but he's insane. And if there's anyone else out there, because even at that price, if I saw $17 on a shirt that I know weighs about 12 ounces, I'd be like, nope.
So I should take off like signature confirmation and just send it like in a padded.
You can put it on. It comes with an automatic. You have a store, so it comes with an automatic $100 insurance. But I gotta tell you, not that I would ever tell anybody not to do insurance, but I haven't had a lost package in so long. Knock on wood.
I had one this week. I've only sold 14 things.
It just doesn't happen all that much.
Yeah.
I remember we caught someone in the thrifting board at some point. They were insuring every package for an extra $1 on every single thing they shipped. And I go, how many did you lose last year? They're like, none. And they shipped like 1,000 items. I go, you spent $1,000 and lost none.
Sad.
Now, if I'm shipping a $1,000 chair, I'll definitely going to insure it. And, you got a $300 shirt. Yeah, you can throw, because you get $100, you can throw an extra, 150 on it, or 200, and that's only going to be $1 or so. So don't scare away people with $17.
Gotcha. I'll revise that.
And if nothing else, bump it up to $300 free shipping.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because if anyone else has got this shirt, you'll pop up above them, and then you're still in the ballpark you want to be plus the shipping.
Right.
And you can buy insurance through ShipSaver.
Yeah, as Linda said, it's 79 cents through ShipSaver. ShipSaver.
We've never lost anything. We've never had to file a claim, but we do insure because I just sleep better at night.
Yeah. I had one that went missing.
Oh no, not everything.
Yeah, my package that went missing was first class, so I just had a refund. So it's fine.
All right, so we're at the top of the hour, so let's look at your scores and duds here.
You're doing a great job.
Now, I'm shocked and happy for you that I never would have picked up small women's overalls. And you got $46. I never would even would have looked at them because I'm like, there's not that many small women there, are there?
Yeah. American Eagle is a hugely popular brand, so I knew that would sell right away.
And I don't, by the way, I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Oh,
I just don't find myself selling a lot of small clothing.
Yeah. And she has a boyfriend in her title in there, so that's good. And
then the other side, you got some Torrid overalls too. So you must love the overalls.
They were right next to each other in the thrift store.
There you go.
Nice. I never find them. I'm always looking for them.
Yeah, they were $6 each.
Nice.
And the greatest thing about denim, no matter if it's overalls or jeans or what, it's the one product that distressed is cool.
That's right.
Yeah, if you were selling a sport coat, you don't want a distressed sports coat.
Nope.
Yeah, someone brought up a good point. When you expect a signature confirmation, you should put that in your listing, because some people won't buy it without knowing ahead of time, because they have to take off work, time from work to go to the post office and pick it up. So, and eBay doesn't require it until it's $750, I believe, eBay and PayPal. It used to be $250. They bumped it up to $750. So anytime I want signature confirmation, I put it in the listing so that the buyer expects it.
That's a good point. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
All right. I love this corduroy sport coat. I always look at the corduroy sport coats with the leather buttons.
I never do.
Never?
I want to tell you my story about that.
Yeah. Ooh,
I bought that at the thrift store. It was $7. And I got home and I just was like, oh, why did I buy this? No one's going to buy a 1970s sports coat with wide lapels. So I literally put it in my closet for 2 weeks and it just kind of sat there. And I remember, Debbie, I think it was last week, the week before, you said, touch it and it sells. Oh. So I pulled it out and I was like, just do it. So I took the pictures, I listed it, and I was like, man, this is never going to sell. An hour and a half later, it sold for full price.
Yay! Jason, can you scroll down on her description there? I wanted to see how she centers everything. We're not really programmed to read things that way. It's probably best if you could just start them all off to the left. Real easy to read. Yours are nice, they're bold, but we quit centering our descriptions because it's easier just to start from the left and read to the right.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I stole that from someone who had the same jacket up for sale. Yeah. And there's a still listed.
Oh, well,
there you go.
You touched yours. You used our magic idea.
Honestly, that sale was the one that kind of cemented I need to do this, because like I said in my notes to you guys, vintage jumps out at me. And I honestly, that really proved to me that there is a buyer for every single thing. And it just so happened it was a weird size. It was a 46 long. And there's happened to be a man who needed that and that size. And he saw it an hour later and boom, it was done.
Nice. Love it.
All right. Speaking of old things, VHS tapes.
Yes.
How much you pay for these? Do you remember?
I bought 10 of them. They were all sealed, but they were separate. They weren't in a set. They were 95 cents each. And I only bought them because I had seen on their thrifting board last summer to buy them. Nice. So thank you. That was my very first sale. I was so upset because I listed them at like 8 o'clock in the evening. I went to bed and I woke up and they sold at 1 o'clock in the morning when I was asleep. So I was like, oh, I didn't price them enough. I don't know. What did I do wrong? But they just sold instantly.
Yeah. And sometimes we do just have the right price on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes not all old media sells. These little DVD-Rs for the old video cams.
Yeah.
How long you been sitting on those?
They came out of my closet, so I've had them for probably a good 10 years. And they're just sitting on eBay, so they may never go. We'll see.
Now, Ink and Toner usually does well. I'm actually surprised this was one of your duds.
Yeah, it's just been sitting there. It actually expires today. It's my first 30-day listing.
Well, that's a bummer, but you don't have LaserJet in the title, so try and throw that in there, and maybe that'll help you. And then I want to end on this. Tell us about your roommates.
Well, they're not my roommates now.
Yeah, your older roommates.
I lived, we called it a stripper house because I lived with 3 burlesque dancers.
Do they teach you some moves?
I'm not saying.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much a yes.
Too funny.
So yes, the accountant and mortgage underwriter has a fun side too, I promise.
Heck yeah. I will toast to that. Living with burlesque dancers. All right.
Now, Velma, do you participate in the Pinterest sharing in the Thrifting Board group?
I actually just signed up because I wasn't sure about the name of my store. I was going to change it, but then I realized they already gave me the URL, so there's no point changing it now. Yeah. So I went ahead and signed up today for all of that. So I'll start doing that as well.
Oh, good, because it really does help.
Awesome.
Sales. Nice.
Yeah. So I signed up for Instagram and Pinterest today. Okay. And it's on my list of things to do to get bonanza. Thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
Nice. Cool. All right, everyone, give Velma a thumbs up down below there. If you've not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. And when you subscribe, click the little bell. The bell lets you know we're going live. Like I said, next week, beginning of the week, I'll do a video and I will announce when I'm going to do it. so we can talk about the spring update changes, the good and the bad. And Mom and I will not be doing a show this week. She has part of a tiki house bar crawl on Saturday. So she's going to be wiped out. And I'm actually going to be in Tucson hanging out with my admin, Joy, and our good friend, Punky. So we'll be back next week. And Debbie and I will be back next Thursday also. So Velma, thank you very much. Thanks for letting us go through your store. But I think you're off to a great start. You're doing all the right stuff. You're finding the right stuff. And just a little bit of tweaking, I think you'll even get more success.
Awesome. Can't wait. Thank you so much.
Nice. Thank
you, everyone who tuned in live tonight. That was awesome. Good to see everybody. And we'll see you around. By the way, those of you in the Secret Beach, don't forget, we have a webinar on Legos tomorrow. So tune in, 1 o'clock East Coast, 10 o'clock West Coast. And with that, I'm out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Deb. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.